What's up, Battle Buddies? We are up bright and early because we are yet doing another studio tour. As you saw in our last video, we've already done the studio tram tour at Universal multiple times, and then we also just did the Warner Brothers studio tour. Now we are up in the ante a little bit. We are doing the VIP tour here at Paramount Studios.
Believe it or not, Paramount is the longest and only remaining major studio in Hollywood. Upon entering, we were blown away at the intimate and welcoming entrance and were left speechless seeing that a lot of Universal movies and some Disney movies were also filmed here at Paramount. Our consensus after this tour was that Paramount is basically the silent weapon that every studio has used. Literally, like How to Train Your Dragon, Captain America the First Avenger, Friday the 13th, Nacho Libre. Some notable movies and TV shows include Titanic, Forrest Gump, Grease, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Spider-Man, Tropic Thunder, Bridesmaids. Oh yes, our favorite, Everybody Hates Chris, the SpongeBob movies, Dr. Phil Show, Cloverfield, and the music video by Jay Sean, Do You Remember? Not Do You Remember, but it was called Do You Remember? There are 3 different types of studio tours you can purchase, but before we get to those, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out, and feel free to leave a comment if you want. Before you can purchase any ticket, you must know that all guests must be over the age of 10 years old. Unlike the other tours where the age limit is much younger. Now to the tickets. The ticketing options were upfront and not confusing at all. The first ticket option is the base studio tour, which occurs daily and lasts 2 hours. This is the only ticket option that runs all day of the week. The second option is the premiere tour, which grants you exclusive access to Paramount's archives and the backlot. This tour runs Monday through Friday and lasts 3 hours. And finally, the tour that we did, we really went big on this one. The VIP Tour, which grants you exclusive VIP studio access to the Paramount's archives and the backlot. You also get to meet the individuals that are behind the scenes making Hollywood's movie magic and a private gourmet breakfast for the 0830 tour or private gourmet lunch for the 0930 tour. This tour lasts 4.5 hours and is only available Monday through Friday with only 2 operating times, 8:30 in the morning and 9:30 in the morning. Complimentary parking is included along with a 15% discount at the gift shop for merchandise only. This tour is full of surprises, as you will get to see in our video. The VIP tour is set to carry 7 maximum guests per cart. We were lucky enough to have a cart to ourselves, making it the ultimate VIP experience.
So as your tour guide comes to pick you up, they take you into another room where you'll then be greeted by this photo, which the tour guide told us that it was not photoshopped. It took them 2 years to plan with these actors and actresses to get everyone together all at once. The only person that they said was missing, Tom Hanks.
They say a photo is worth 1,000 words, and this to me is that photo that's worth 1,000 words. Let us know if we capture your favorite actor in this photo.
Next, you'll be taken over by your tour guide to the makeshift red carpet where you yourself will be holding an Oscar to take your photo opportunity. Here we are with our amazing tour guide, Katie. She was amazing at explaining everything to where we could understand it.
And this photo shows the active productions that are currently happening on this lot. So similar to Warner Brothers, we are not allowed to film here, but we are allowed to take photos.
Yeah, the tour guide will let you know some of the specific areas that photos aren't even allowed, just for security purposes.
And we're not going to go ahead and give the whole spiel that our tour guide gave. I mean, that's a unique spiel. But we will cover some things that stood out to us and kind of just take you along.
Our first stop on the tour was the B tank, which is funny enough, just the parking lot that they paint and create many amazing water scenes. Looks like they were currently getting ready for some sort of commercial. So this was the office and the dressing room for Katharine Hepburn in the beginning of Paramount Pictures Studios, which also made many changes throughout the time of Paramount Pictures Studios, which later became Lucille Ball's office. That's right, from I Love Lucy. And this is where we entered the dining room, which is the private dining area that we were able to enjoy our buffet brunch created by Sunny Sweetman, which was Oprah Winfrey's personal chef. During our brunch, our tour guide brought over this paper where we were able to choose one free poster for each of us.
Is it the old one?
I don't know. That looks like it might be older. These look somewhat newer. Obviously, like the Sonic 3, I think that one is really new. And it had so many different themes to choose from, such as Sonic, all the way up to Transformers, and even some of your horror films.
We weren't tracking this as it wasn't advertised on the ticketing portion of the website.
The brunch spread was not your ordinary breakfast. This was an upscale, elevated theming breakfast, which was full of flavor. It had lighter options such as fruit cups, parfaits, and even avocado toast. And then if you wanted some hot dishes, they had the Gouda black truffle eggs. Now, I'm not an egg lover, but that was delicious.
But that avocado toast was really freaking good. Fresh avocados. The horseradish just gave that avocado toast a nice little crisp bite to it, a little bit of tartness, and it was great.
I'm still thinking about that bacon. And yes, the brunch is all you care to enjoy. So go grab another plate if you wish. We have just sat down to enjoy our brunch, basically, before we start the main part of our tour. It was created by, I think she says, Sunny Sweetman, which was Oprah Winfrey's personal chef. So, and it's a beautiful spread. Everything looks phenomenal. I'm so excited to try it.
We just got to eat here, where a lot of the celebrities come and eat and brainstorm. So we got to taste test Oprah Winfrey's personal chef's creation and food. And now we get to train with Oprah Winfrey's personal trainer. No, I'm kidding.
Right outside our dining room, you could see the Hollywood sign. So we had to take a photo. Even though you can't really see it in the photo, we know it's there. And going back to Paramount Pictures history, an iconic movie start. This was where the filming started for The Godfather.
After visiting stage 29, our tour guide took us to the archives, where to the left, you can see the Big Time Rush recording building, and to the left of the tower was the vault.
This was where we got to see some of the reels of our favorite movies and shows. Walls and walls of the actual films, old ancient films of our favorite movies.
This was where we encountered some of our first interactions with the employees, and they were giving us some of the scoop on the day-to-day functions that they do. The two little white strips indicate cuts that have been made to stitch the films together. This equipment was also used to stitch the audio and the video together to align them at the same time.
They even had some of the old film strips from our favorite Nickelodeon shows. Check out Cat Dog and Winslow.
Leo's really excited for this. The movie Freedom Riders was also filmed here in Paramount.
And of course, there were two large containers of Interstellar sitting on the ground. So the guy opened it up to show us the large 20-pound film reel for the movie Interstellar.
Again, goes to show what you can get at the VIP tour. We didn't even ask. He just came up and was like, hey, do you guys want to see the film reel? And these are only 2 of the 8 containers. Well, nobody really knows where the other 6 are, but they're in that building somewhere.
Next, we enter the archives with some of the older props. Of course, Aaliyah saw the Mean Girls burn book. It is from the musical, but close enough. And these are the actual props used in the barber chairs from the movie Sweeney Todd. And then you cannot go to Paramount Pictures Studios without giving some love to Forrest Gump himself. And here are some props. Fun fact, the mud on the hat and the shoes are completely fake.
My first thoughts when I saw this was the Nike Cortezes. I used to rock those shoes back in the day. Again, some more Interstellar stuff. I haven't seen it. Brianna hasn't seen it. We know that her boss is a huge fan of Interstellar, so when she sent him these pictures, he was freaking out.
And these are actual claymation masks created for the Pet Cemetery, the newer edition.
We enjoy the new Pet Cemetery, but nothing can compare to Stephen King's original.
Who are some fans out there of the original iconic Addams Family?
I thought you were going to say Lucha Libre.
Oh, yep, the Nacho Libre mask right in the corner as well.
Did I say Lucha Libre? I meant Nacho Libre.
And of course, more Johnny Depp lovers out there for Sleepy Hollow. I remember this movie terrified me as a kid. And for any of those out there who love the movie Grease, they had the one and last Pink Lady's jacket. And who recognizes this box from The Quiet Place? Aaliyah was quick to point this one out. Now these were all behind an actual door where we couldn't go up to them. We could only see them from afar. So these are the only photos we could get of these props.
This is the jewelry that Eddie Murphy wore in Coming to America. And you won't believe how much this jewelry cost.
These are the crowns made with real precious gems, and each crown is worth about $1 million each.
Yeah, I'd be smiling like that too if I was wearing that. And some more props from Tropic Thunder. And we were greeted with our second surprise, a midday drink.
Cherry Coke, Mountain Dew, Dr. Pepper.
I did Mountain Dew this time.
Mountain Dew. About halfway through your tour, your guide will give you a choice of coffees, sodas, waters, and juices. A great refresher for the midday tour.
Again, free of charge. And now the moment we've been waiting for. Chris's house from Everybody Hates Chris. We weren't allowed to take any video footage of this, but our tour guide was nice enough to stop here so that we can take some photos.
Now, after some research, it appears that Mean Girls, the movie, was filmed in many different areas in New Jersey and Canada. However, our tour guide did mention this was the bathroom that Lindsay Lohan filmed her iconic scene in the stall eating her lunch by herself. So, of course, Aaliyah, being a Mean Girls fan, had to take notice of it.
And just like any other tour, we got to take a look inside the prop warehouse, where we got to take photos with iconic figures such as Bumblebee from Transformers.
We were very confused, but kind of wanting to know what this prop was from. It looked a little bit familiar. Our tour guide said it was from some restaurant. It was on top of some restaurant on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
This statue looks very, very tall. And this was one of the statues used in Transformers. But when angled from the bottom with your camera, it looks much larger than what it really is. So this is a film technique that Hollywood uses.
And it wouldn't be a studio lot without, of course, a Foley building. This is where all of your sounds are created for your animations and other movies. Now, this was not something we were expecting to enjoy as much as we did. We were taken into the sign shop, where we actually were greeted by one of the creators and his father, who creates signs for all movie productions, television show productions, including one of our favorites, The Office.
Again, even though some of these movies are not related to Paramount, Paramount still creates the signs for some of these other studios. Unfortunately, we were not able to film when we were inside the signs shop where they were producing active signs. So Junior and his dad also create Hollywood star plaques to celebrate individuals getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yeah, this was a super top secret project they were working on before the band even found out about it. So it's very rare that they were trusting our tour group with that strong of information. Now, of course, Forrest Gump was filmed in Savannah, Georgia, but they made multiple of these benches, and we got to sit on one of them and take our little photo props with, of course, the box of chocolates. We always love and admire when studios have a memorial plaque or memorial wall for those who have served in World War II. And unfortunately, we were not able to go into or get close up to this building. But if you could see closely through the glass doors, this is Nickelodeon Studios. This is where some of the newer animations from Nickelodeon channel are now being produced.
Again, another top secret project.
This gift shop was not very large, although it did provide a lot of options for movies from Paramount Picture Studios, and you can also get another beverage if you wish. This is where you utilize your 15% off from your VIP tour. But for $59.99,
Minus 15% off.
Plus, if you have the VIP tour, you get 15% off discount. But for $59.99 with the discount, you can also be a pink lady. Labeled as Paramount Pictures though. Different cocktails from different movies.
How much is it?
$27.95. Have just finished our Paramount Studio VIP tour. I'm not even gonna make you guys wait. I know we all question, is the VIP tour worth it? Yes, hands down, yes. Our tour guide, Katie, was absolutely amazing. She was so personable with what we wanted to experience and what our favorite shows and movies were. And she was so informative on everything around the lot and explained it in ways that we could understand. You know, sometimes tour guides, they just have their own way of explaining things and I might be completely lost. She was phenomenal. Hands down to Katie. It is officially 1:30. Our tour started at 8:30 this morning, guys. We got here at 8 o'clock on the dot. That tour was an all-day thing. They only do one VIP tour per day and it's only Monday through Friday. So if you're interested in doing that, definitely check it out. We had our whole VIP tour to ourselves. It was amazing. It is up to 7 people per VIP tour. So if it's only 2 of you, you may have up to 5 other guests with you on your specific tour. But you might get lucky like we did and have one specifically for yourself. there were surprises all along the tour. We were about midway. So you first start off with a photo as you first enter the welcome building. They surprise you with your personal photo printed out at the end of the tour. We didn't know that, but we also didn't read fully like everything we were getting because we know things can change over the years. You also get a choice of your own poster. They'll provide you a sheet of different posters and you can pick which one you want. So we got 3 of our...
Each one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that I like about this, it's completely different from Warner Brothers, the Warner Brothers tour. So don't feel like if you did the Warner Brothers tour that you won't get anything from this tour over here in the Paramount Studios. You will. Both of them are totally different with small similarities, but totally worth it for sure.
And you might think, well, my favorite show or movie is a Warner Brothers movie or a Universal movie. Don't hold out on seeing Paramount Studios just because your favorite movie or show is by another production company. They all share lots. I was so surprised how many shows and movies were also utilizing the Paramount Studios.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal. And the sign shop.
Yeah.
They make signs for your favorite shows.
Yeah. Almost 90%, I'm gonna say, this is a rough estimate, 90% of signs that you see in every movie, shows, Disney, Warner Brothers, right? Marvel, they come from Paramount Studios signs.
All your iconic signs in Dunder Mifflin.
They come from here. So Warner Brothers doesn't even make their own signs. They outsource from here, from Paramount.
Yeah, and it's a third-party company. Anyone can order from them. And Junior, I believe, is the gentleman who we spoke to. We spoke to the actual person and his father who creates the signs.
And I will tell you, this tour, we got to go backstage. We got to, we didn't necessarily go through the sound stages, which is fine. It's not as interactive as the Warner Brothers tour, where you can interact with Foley or you can do a voiceover, right? It doesn't have that here, but it's just loads of information. You get to meet some great freaking people. Everybody was nice and welcoming.
Yeah.
They would just spew information to us. Yes, so they even let us into the archives with a VIP.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, because we paid for VIP, but they let us into the archives, which is really freaking cool. We didn't do that anywhere else. And man.
And just for a little bit of information, we are here on a Monday after July 4th weekend. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people took the weekend off for the holiday. And today it felt like everyone was back in full force working. It was a very active backlot. There were a lot of moving parts. None that we were seeing actually filming, but they were setting up. They actually blocked off New York Street, so we couldn't really go down because they have some productions building up and getting ready. So that is really cool. And they said that you never know who you're gonna run into on the backlot tour. You have to keep it cool, keep it calm if you do see someone, but you never know. You may run into one of your biggest A-list celebrities without even thinking about it. So never know what's gonna happen.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this, Katie, thank you so much for the tour. It was freaking amazing. It felt like a distant relative almost.
It really did feel like, because we had way too many things in common. Aaliyah was with us on this tour. She's already in the truck in the AC because this was a long day. Come here with your walking shoes. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right, thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.